You ready for a very ASMR section of the podcast really quick? Like, I'm gonna crack this open. I was like, came in perfect. You ready?
Already did mine. So.
There you go. Here, cheers.
Cheers.
Yum. Water.
All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome back, Chatbox fan. We are excited to have you join us for another episode. We're in season 2 now. So yeah, get ready for a fun-filled segment of some laughs and insights and a whole lot of fun today.
Yes, today we're diving into the world of ink and artistry. We have a very special guest, and we're going to sit down with him. It's the talented Garrett Tankersley. He's the owner of Dead Reckon Tattoo, located here in Wetumpka, Alabama.
Yeah, so stay with us as we learn about his journey and the incredible art that he creates.
Yes.
And remember, your support, it means the world to us.
Yes.
So hit the subscribe button and make sure to share and like and all that good jazz.
Yes.
So grab your favorite beverage and get comfy on your couch and let's dive in.
Yes. All right, let's get Garrett in here with us. Bye-bye.
Hi, Garrett.
Hey.
Right here in the center. There you go.
Yay. What's up, Garrett?
Not much.
All right, so we are going to talk about your journey and how you became a tattoo artist.
Yeah, all right. So, Garrett, let's dive into your journey. How did you discover your passion for tattooing?
I kind of been drawing for all my life, and I kind of stumbled into tattooing. I got into it when I was about 15, and I moved to Millbrook when my dad got out of the Army, and then he, got a job around here, and then I was like graffiti in the back of buildings in Prattville one night, being a bad kid, and I graffitied the back of a tattoo shop on accident.
Oh, really?
I thought it was a Chinese restaurant.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Maybe it was fate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he saw it on the camera, and we worked out a thing. I cleaned it off, and I work on behind the counter every weekend and after school, and then that's all she wrote.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And how old are you now, if you don't mind sharing?
33.
Woo woo.
33,
So,
yeah.
30 club.
30s. Hello.
It's the best.
Yes. All right. I'm going to share a personal connection because Garrett actually gave me my first tattoo. I was 20 years old. Yes, you were doing your apprenticeship.
I was doing that.
So do you want to talk a little bit about your apprenticeship, and then we can talk a little bit about my tattoo?
I mean, yeah, my apprenticeship was like, I guess, the way it used to be.
Really?
Yeah, it was a little...
How old were you? What year was it?
I mean, I went through... I worked the counter behind there when I was like a kid, and then I did that till I was about like 16, 17, and then I apprenticed from like 17 to like, I think like 18, almost 19.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a minute, and
I think it was 2010 when you did mine.
Yeah, that was when I graduated high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, man, it was mine was a lot. It was kind of like prospecting for a motorcycle gang.
Really?
Yeah, had a lot to do with not tattooing.
Really?
Yeah, just like being a slave.
Oh,
Like,
man.
it sucked. Like it was it.
Like,
it was
if
worth
I'm being
it.
honest, it sucked.
Yeah, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody going through it, if your apprenticeship's hard, stick with it. There's a method to their madness.
Yeah. It was a big deal for me to get my first tattoo. Also, like, talk about tattooing in 2010, because that was kind of when people weren't really getting tattoos except for, like,
Right.
traditional stuff. And, like, for me, my boyfriend left me in the tattoo shop. Like, as soon as you started on my back, I don't know if you remember that, but there was some drama.
Yeah.
And he just left me there, which I'm glad I didn't let someone
That was
immaturity dictate my decisions.
I forgot about that.
He left you.
Yeah, I've got a whole video planned out for Patreon members. We're gonna dig into like my tattoos and go into that a little bit further. But 2010 was a wild time just because it was like Kesha, if you had a tattoo and you're a bad girl, and like immediately as soon as I put a mark on my skin, it was like he just thought differently of me because I've got a tattoo.
Shameful.
And I remember going home and my mom not really wanting to talk to me, and my dad read it and he thought it was sweet, and my ex's mom actually helped me like wash it off in the shower. But I felt very ostracized for a hot second, all because I got this cute tattoo on my back that it was my favorite quote, because y'all know I laugh a lot, and it says, "The most wasted of all days is the one without laughter" by E. Cummings. And yeah, I wanted it across the, you know, my here to there, and you made it two, yeah, and you made it 2 little script lines, and it's really sweet. I was like, look, I can just put my hair down and no one can see it. And I was in some weddings around that time, and they made me put makeup over it to cover it up. This was all, and I had some jobs that they made me put tattoo makeup. Y'all remember when that was big? It was like 2010, 2012.
That tattoo makeup?
That was the Abercrombie and Fitch era.
I don't even know if they even...
And I worked there.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even know if they do the makeup stuff anymore.
Right,
Remember,
but it
like,
was huge.
Yeah,
Kat Von D came out with it, yeah.
She had her falling out, and that's like it.
Yeah, and but now tattoos are so much more accepted. Even
which is great.
Yes, I know. I'm so glad we've made, like, the past 10 years has been such a
It's been an up
leap. Yes. But anyway, let's get back into Garrett. How did you get the name Dead Reckon Tattoo?
So Dead Reckon is a like navigational term, like in the, I guess, like naval stuff.
Okay.
So, but in the Army, when I learned it there, and it's during like land navigation, you it's like a term to dead reckoning is to move forward no matter what's in your path to get to whatever you're trying to get to.
Okay.
So that's where I got it.
Little Pops influence?
Yeah, you know. No, I was just, I served my time, and
Oh, okay.
land nav was my favorite, I guess.
So when did you serve?
Between 2013 and I got out in 2018.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
Nice.
a little while.
5 years.
And so you said Navy?
No. I was just saying like a dead reckon is like a naval term.
Okay, but you were Army.
I was
Army, okay. My
and we
husband's
did
in
it.
Army.
We
Yeah.
did that during land nav. But
Okay.
I just like the meaning of it, and I was like, that's kind of clever. Let's make it a tattoo.
It sounds really good.
Because when I was naming this place, I really don't like, you know, when you see like tattoo shops and they have like puns, like when it has something to do with like ink,
Right.
Or like
all of them do.
Yeah, no, right.
Except for this one.
I like when you go to a bar and it's like the book and barrel, and you're like, what is that? And it's
Correct.
Like, it's a bar.
Right.
So I thought, Dead Reckon tattoo, that'd be kind of cool.
I like
Yeah,
it.
Doesn't make any
intriguing.
sense, but it
And
does.
we use the word reckon around here. So.
Exactly.
Amen. Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. I dead reckon we gonna get a tattoo today.
It's fun to say.
So, what are the challenges and the rewards of owning a tattoo shop?
Well, owning one versus just like tattooing, I mean, it's not really much of a change. It's just like stay on top of my stuff. I guess reward is I don't have to give a portion of my money away for doing a tattoo. But then again, you do. So
Because you got other fees and stuff, or
now you got to take care of the shop.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
gotta pay the
yeah,
rent. But
right.
it's been fun. Like I kind of went from just kind of coming in and doing my job and getting out of there, and now I get to like help people. I enjoy like teaching everybody here. Just I don't know. It just creates like a really cool creative space that like I don't like put limitations on my people. Just everything that I like have gone through working at shops and all the toxic nonsense. Like I'm like, man, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like let you do your jobs and keep it chill.
Nice.
Sure, or like artists are artists, right?
Yeah, and they gotta
And
be
you kind of have
happy.
to let them be an artist. too.
Right.
So, yeah.
How many people do you have working for you?
I got myself and 3 others right now.
Oh, cool.
And we have a shop apprentice too. She just started, so
Very good for Wetumpka.
Right.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And y'all do piercings?
we did. We don't right now.
Okay.
Working on
Okay.
that.
Nice. Well, that's good
So,
to know.
in the future.
In the future.
Cool.
All right, so let's dive into more. What are some of your favorite things that you've done?
Like tattoos?
Yeah.
Well,
Are there any on the wall behind
no,
us?
this is all stuff I'd love to do. It's really hard to sell some of this crazy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I guess here lately in the past year, like I gotten really into like traditional Japanese work and
cool.
stuff.
Yeah.
I got a lot of paintings next door that I've done here lately, and I've been trying to push that to people when they come in. And I've started some really cool, like, big sleeve work and stuff. I just started, like, a big Japanese sleeve last week. I don't know, I feel like I'm getting the hang of it more. And, like, I've yet to like get into a style and stick with it because I get bored and I just want to move on. But like, I think I found something that I might stick with for a little while. So.
Okay. Well, what is one of the most challenging pieces of work you've done?
Yeah.
Recently, probably this big. I did a big geometry back piece, and it's all like just hand dot work, and it's a whole entire back, and that was a challenge. Yeah,
Challenging,
it was fun
for
It was
sure.
fun.
Keeping all that probably looking right as well. Wow.
Yeah, I wish I pulled out pictures of this. Like I should.
You should.
have pulled
For
my
Patreon,
album.
we're
Patreon.
going to have him. If you want, you can send us some stuff and we'll put it to our Patreon.
Yeah.
So if you want to see some more,
Yeah.
we'll do some of that.
Well, so tattoos they're such a personal form of expression. So how do you see the impact of tattoos on people's self-esteem and body image?
Oh man, I think that helps a lot. Like I mean, shit. For me, for instance, I've always been big on like not taking my shirt off in public. I mean, it's not because like I don't know. I've always just been shy about that. But I started getting a bunch of work on my torso. And I actually started this big cover-up process now, and I think that was a big reason why like I didn't like take my shirt off at the swimming pool or some shit, because I hated like my tattoos I had there. But I ended up covering those, and like now what I have, I don't know. I'm just like
Kind of want to show it
I
off
want
now.
to pop my shirt off everywhere.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
I think they help you.
Yes, they can be a powerful way to tell your story and embrace your individuality for sure. It's amazing how art can transform someone's confidence. I've definitely have a few pieces, but it's funny. So, does anyone ever say anything about your tattoos when you're out in public?
Yeah. I mean, I've had like negative and like good things. I mean, that's one thing that hasn't really changed around here. Is you still get the looks everywhere you go.
Really?
Especially like I don't know. I get them. I think just because I got my neck and my head and stuff like that. People still think, like I've seen people lock doors in parking lots when I walk around their car. And I'm like, okay, well that's weird, man. Like, I'm not gonna do anything.
Right.
But like, more so.
You're like, I'm a business owner.
Yeah. When you're out in the wild, nobody knows. So
Sure.
they still do the thing where people just like grab you, like to look at you, and I'm like, hey. You could have asked.
Like, you're a piece of work, let me see.
Like, you're not a human being.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's gotten better, like more acceptable, I guess. So.
Yeah,
Cool.
with Post Malone and MGK, again, more things like
True,
that. I
true.
think I felt like when Post Malone was doing his face tats, everyone was like weird, and now they're all like, oh, they look nice.
Yeah, we got more people.
Post Malone?
People come in all the time and ask for face tattoos now, and it's like you don't have anything. You're like, you sure you want to go ahead and run your life like that?
So then, speaking of that, let's talk about the placement of tattoos then.
Right.
So if someone's like wanting to get like their first tattoo or something like that, what would you say is like the best placement for getting like your first tattoo?
I'd say like it depends on their age. Like I think we're like the only shop around here that still will like tattoo minors with parental consent, and our age cutoff is 17. But like say a 17-year-old comes in, if they want anything like on their forearms or like lower arm, I won't do it. It's got to be covered by a short sleeve shirt or pants, so because you might not like that then, and you don't want to have like this giant thing on your forearm.
Right.
But as far as like across the board for everybody, I'd say like a good starting point would be like always like right here. Like it's easy, doesn't hurt too bad. Never had no one act like they couldn't make it through it.
Right.
So up here is really good, and like sides of your chest, that seems like the typical spot too that people ask for.
Yeah.
Or the wrist for some reason. The wrist,
Girls.
I've seen a lot of wrist tattoos.
Yeah.
The wrist though is a sneaky spot, and it hurts.
Yeah.
Like it hurts a lot.
I went
It hurts
with
a
the
lot.
side of mine for my first one. That was like 2011.
that bites. It bites right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not doing this part.
Right.
But everyone was doing that part with the cross and the dream and the Jesus.
Right.
Still doing it.
Really?
Like, they still do
See, the crosses though I don't like because like if you bend your arm a certain way, it could be upside down.
Yeah.
So then it's like people don't think about that.
Right.
Yeah, they don't think about that.
I
You
know.
what I mean?
One of my
They're
friends
like,
recently got one, and it looks crooked a little bit
Yeah.
when she, like, just
Yeah,
moved.
when you
and
move.
she wasn't thinking about that. She's so OCD, and she was like, the next day, she's like, is it crooked? Is it
Yeah,
crooked?
yeah,
And I was
well, it's
like,
permanent now,
girl,
baby,
it's
so-
gonna be all right. Like, you're fine.
Well, it's like mine's on my side and it's a son, and so like he had to like he made sure like I was doing these different movements and stuff before he did it.
Oh, that's
you know
smart.
what I mean? To like make sure he's like, because it's gonna expand when you do this and stuff like that. So yeah, people don't think about those things though.
Right.
So we
but
have you
speaking
for.
of, do you know the origin story of tattoos?
I mean, not really, to be honest. Like, I mean, I know people have been getting tattooed since like the beginning of people.
Right, I
mean, they
know,
find
right?
stuff.
And it used to be like a rite of passage, even with like religion. So it's kind of funny how it kind of took a turn, and it was
Right.
like, do not get a tattoo.
Right.
And it was
When it
like,
kinda started
people
that
used
way.
to do this.
Yeah.
Hey, we're digging up bodies that are covered them.
Right.
Yeah, they were, and then it's like now it's like, well, during that 2010 era, it was like tattoos marked you as like an outsider or something. But yeah, I'm glad that it's now people are starting to delve back into the rich history of tattoos. So they're starting to understand it more. They're not starting to be so, I guess, ignorant in a way is how I feel like people would treat tattoos.
I know the first, like the first shop that came to America, like I'm pretty sure it was on Coney Island.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that was like, the only people getting tattooed then.
Right,
like,
right.
sailors,
Carnival stuff, yeah.
fucking, and I think it was a part of like a carnival type deal.
I think
Right.
it's always been that way. So I mean, that's my assumption. But.
in the Navy. Okay, so when you were in the Army, did you tattoo people in the Army?
I did.
Really?
I never stopped. I joined just to kind of build a foundation, honestly, for this. So I was like, why would I quit? So I would, I didn't do it the right way, but I would run like a shop out of my barracks sometimes, and like that's not necessarily looked at great in the tattoo world, but I think the tattoo world's full of a bunch of snobs. I was
Just like any industry, really.
I was just trying to make a mint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you want to kind of go into a little bit about the history of? Do you want to read a little bit about it?
I did a little bit, not much. I just kind of looked into how it started, but we'll get into a tattoo trivia section because that's when we'll get more into that. Just FYI,
So we'll
later on,
that.
you guys. But yeah, now because we've been able to look into the history. They've been worn by more public figures such as celebrities and athletes and people within the fashion industry. Because also we did an episode about modeling, and we talked about how back in our time, like 2010-ish era, if you had a model, you were very much looked down upon if you had a tattoo. And then Cara Delevingne comes out, and I remember when she got a tattoo of like a lion's head on her finger, and everyone was freaking out because she's a model, and that was like her first big tattoo, and it was a huge a lion's head on her finger. Yes, okay. You should look that up, because first off, that was like people were telling you can't do these dainty tattoos, and that one, it's like, how did she do that on her finger? But and then all this stuff, she blew so many minds with that, and then I think people started finally letting a little bit of tattoos come in, but yeah, so it's finally being recognized as a form of self-expression and designs.
It's for my, we're doing a Friday 13th event this
cool.
for September.
Yay, awesome. Friday 13th, yes. Oh, because that's,
you ever seen the shops that do the little flash events where they'll have cheaper tattoos that day all day?
Right.
That's what we're doing.
Okay, we can totally do a little bit of promo also, because there is a Friday 13th in September.
That's what we're going to do?
Yeah, and,
is it also last year it was October.
Yeah, it was October
because
last
that's
year.
when we had Wednesday Adams' birthday.
But I think it's coming up twice.
13th.
I think it's going to be September and December. I think it's coming in December too.
Maybe so.
Yeah, and that was going to be so cool because Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, true.
Ooh, if you have any cool designs for that. Just FYI.
People be asking a lot about Nightmare Before Christmas tattoos too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
I love, and they came out with a new book last year, and I read it to my daughter.
Are they doing a live action?
They are?
I think.
Oh, wow.
I've heard that.
That'd be really crazy.
I've heard, I don't know if it's true because Disney hasn't said it.
I've seen trailers.
If Disney says
She's our
it's
Disney
true,
bro.
yeah, I am.
That's true.
If they don't say it, then it's probably made up.
Yeah.
AI stuff.
Well, talking about Disney, let's get into a little bit of tattoo culture and reality TV, because, Disney's on TV.
Yeah.
All right. We'll talk about tattoo culture in the mainstream. Have you ever watched TV shows like How Far Is Tattoo Far?
I love that show.
You do?
Yes.
Oh my god, it gave me anxiety.
I love it.
So what is your thoughts on a show like that?
Man, I think it's I think it's stupid.
Right.
Like, why would y'all even think to do something like that? Like, because obviously, if you put two people on a show and
most of them hate each other.
yeah, they like,
Yeah,
why are
some
y'all
kind of weird
friends?
vendetta.
Like,
Yeah.
what's going on? Or it's like a husband and a wife, and I'm like,
They're about to get divorced.
Yeah.
But like, if there's one show that exists, and like, I know there's all those competition shows that bring all the notoriety with the title. I don't care about that, but I'd work on that show for free.
Really?
Like,
How far is tattoo far?
yes.
Have you ever done a tattoo like that where you were putting it on them and you were like, WTF?
No.
right.
But I mean, like, I think it's such a fun thing to like work on because like those dudes get to do the craziest tattoos and they're all custom.
Yeah.
Like you have to sit there and get this wild ass idea, and it's always wild because you're like trying to insult them with like some inside thing.
Right.
And like, I don't know, I think it'd be fun to like do those designs.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, it's cool.
Could be.
Maybe we can have our own little segment here in Wetumpka. Have some people
The
apply.
perfect place.
That'd be awesome.
That is so funny. Yes, it's interesting to see how these shows influence people's perception of tattoos also. Do you think that these shows, such as like How Far is Tattoo Far, gives a negative like impact on the industry, or do you think it helped put a positive light on the tattoos?
I think it could go both ways. Like, I mean, most of the time you ask like any tattoo artist about that, they're probably gonna say nothing but negative. I don't know. Like, I think it makes it a little less serious. It kind of shows that like, hey, you can get a fucking tattoo and it not matter.
Right.
You know? Maybe
Yeah.
not a giant portrait of like.
Someone taking a shit on your leg.
Yeah.
Good example.
People did that.
Yeah, they did.
I'm kidding.
There was did you see the one?
I saw a bunch of weird ones.
There was one that got me.
That made me so wet, y'all. Anxiety was top
The
notch.
wife that got the dude, or the husband that got his wife a tattoo of like him, her, and some random chick having a threesome.
Oh,
and it was huge.
Oh, no.
And I was like, why'd you do that?
And it's permanent.
You're going to have kids with that one day, maybe.
It's
one day.
permanent, just like their trauma.
It was rough.
Oh,
but
man.
like,
Goodness.
but I mean, like, I guess it could like shine a good light on it, and like, I think the other shows kind of do a bad thing sometimes.
Yeah.
Like Ink Masters can give people watching the show that don't know anything about tattoos, but do they want to get a tattoo? I think it can make sometimes us look a little snobby.
Right.
Make it look like there's more to it than there needs to be, and it can make it feel intimidated to like come in and ask, or make them think that they're doing it the wrong way.
There's been times where I was like way too scared to go ask questions just for no reason.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, and I know
it's
like
you're like scary. Like,
I know tattoo shops have always held that thing where like, you know, it is intimidating when you walk in because it's a bunch of tattoo people and like the shop's playing heavy metal music or like, you know, it looks a little weird.
I got my first piercing right here when I was 17. That was my 17th birthday present, and my brother came in with me. So he was 13, and
Oh, no.
he was going to sit in there with me, and he literally immediately went and sat in the car with my sister and my
Chicken
mom,
out.
and my dad stayed in, and
It's
that was the funniest thing. Now he's got tattoos. He's fine, but it was just so funny. He was like, "I'm gonna go in with her, Mama. I need to go back with Mom."
I can't do it.
it's not like it's kind of still like that, but like I don't think anybody needs to be intimidated. If you walk in and like, you know, you want to talk to us or whatever, any shop that you go into, I mean, big red flag out the gate's gonna be like, are they willing to talk to you?
Right,
You know,
that's
like,
true.
If a lot of the times you walk in and they don't even really want to give you time of day, I don't know why a lot of tattooers don't feel like they need to talk to their clients. I think that's a big part of the job.
Yeah, sure.
I like to always like try to touch base with people, and if I can, even when I'm busy, and you know, if somebody's coming back and relaying that information. I mean, like it's not anything. Take a 5-minute break, come out here and shake somebody's hand that you're about to put something permanent on.
Right, yeah, right.
And they're gonna pay you for it.
That's
so.
cool, yeah. I mean, it's cool to get someone's art on you forever too. That's like a crazy experience. I wonder how that feels. You know, like
No,
you're
it's,
like,
it's super flattering.
Yeah.
Like I think it's awesome. Like that's my favorite part about this is like when people come in. Like at the end of the day, like they might not be thinking the way I am, but it's like, dude, you just met me and you're trusting me to do this very intimate thing on you. Like, that's awesome.
right.
So I take, no matter what it is, like I don't care if it's an infinity symbol or like a tiny cross or a giant sleeve. Like my art, your art, like doesn't matter what the design is. I treat it like this is going to be the best tattoo I've ever done. and that's what I strive for, no matter what I'm doing.
That's good. That's a good mindset to have every day as well.
Yeah,
Just keep getting better.
Anything can make you better.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And you kind of have to keep that passion too.
Yeah, and
so.
it really helps. Like,
Yeah.
it does.
Okay, so we're going to talk about some popular tattoo reality TV shows.
All right.
Let's see, have you watched any of these? Ink Masters.
I mean, I've never, like, sat down and, like, watched it consecutively, but, like, I'll catch episodes of it, and it's great.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like, that's one that you can just have on sometimes. It's pretty
In the
fun.
background.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about that show is, like, the one, I think the last time I caught, like, an episode of it, they were, like, doing some judging, and it threw me off because, like, during the judging, the guy told him, he's like, yeah, this tattoo he just didn't live moss on this one. And I was like, did he really? Wow.
Quote Taco Bell?
Yeah. I was like, you know, like Dave Navarro, the Red Hot Chili Pepper guy that for some reason I fucking judge. Like,
Of course he is.
yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But when he said it, I was like, and then another judge
so
said
funny.
something about living moss. He was like, yeah, it just doesn't. And I'm like, what is up with this? And then you find out it's like, oh, Taco Bell sponsors the show. I'm like, why is that a thing? Like,
That's so
It's
funny.
Taco Bell.
so now I make sure if, like, I tell everybody, I'm like, man, you lived moss. That tattoo is moss.
That's
Like,
so great.
I love saying it.
That's so funny.
Stupid.
It is, yeah.
Okay, then you have LA Ink, Miami Ink, and Black Ink Crew.
I like Black Ink Crew,
Mhm.
and I did watch LA Ink back because that one's like the first one I think,
Right.
Or Miami Ink, right?
You'll have to tell us soon. We're about to do some tattoo trivia. Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, Miami Ink was I think the first maybe, but
Mhm.
because that one I can't remember the guy's name, but it had a bald head guy. He was cool. I like that show. That's the one show I think watching it did come off like, okay, this is like a real tattoo shop environment,
Right.
For the most part.
Mhm.
I didn't watch any LA Ink. I never really liked Kat Von D very much. I think she was a big part of the snobbiness of stuff.
Really?
Her and that other guy that she worked with, but Black Ink Crew, I love that show.
Yeah.
It's like a very drama, has nothing to do with tattoos.
Really?
It's great. And I got to meet a few of those people at a convention one year, and they were really cool people. Like, just like meeting other artists. Whereas like, you know, you go to like a convention, you have like somebody like Kat Von D or the other guy that was working with her. Man, they act like they're celebrities, and I'm like, dude, you're just like us. Sit down.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
So, but Black Ink Crew.
Yeah, I think also for those people, they just have to have that kind of.
I get it.
Yeah, I know. It is like sometimes it is like annoying, but yeah. Think about being filmed all the time. Sometimes
That's
I
gotta
get
suck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get in my head
that
about
does
it. I'm
suck.
like, man, especially like if you're on a period
Yeah.
or something, you're like, I
gotta
don't want
suck.
to be here today, and now I got camera crew all around me. Shit, and I gotta be happy for all these folks that know me.
And you can't, like, you can't feel like you go into public any without
Yeah.
getting like tore down. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
sucks.
Not fun.
Right. And then Tattoo Nightmares. That one's kind of like how far is Tattoo Far before that?
And Tattoo Nightmares is the one where they did the cover ups.
Yeah, they fix them.
That one.
Poorly done tattoos.
That
Yeah.
one was super cool. I think that was the show I want to say that I saw like. I think the most impressive like cover
Cover
up
up,
tattoo
yeah.
I've ever like seen done, and I remember like the episode. A guy came in, he had like a polar bear tattooed on him.
Yay!
And it was like really bad, and it was huge.
That was a bad decision one night.
You must have liked the
Why-
old
why
Coca-Cola.
a polar bear?
You know how Coca-Cola really went with the polar bear for us?
Yeah, but that was like
It did.
that was kind of cartoony. This
No,
was
okay,
like,
a
this
real
was
polar
like a
bear.
real polar bear.
He was like, I have seen the snow. I have embraced it.
I remember the guy covers up the polar bear with a
Maybe it's a flurry. I'm kidding.
Did you say furry?
Yeah, maybe. Before it was a thing.
Just recently, like, learned about the furry. That's
It's a whole nother subject.
Yes.
You could do a whole episode on that.
Patreon.
Let's not. I'm gonna sit that one out.
But apparently he's got a good.
No.
South Park
Stop,
community.
stop.
I might have nightmares tonight.
It's rough. But yeah, he covered up this polar bear with a portrait of Dimebag Darrell, like playing his guitar. And it was cool because he used parts of the polar bear tattoo to make the
To do that.
tattoos on the sleeve
Whoa.
of Dimebag when he died.
Oh.
And it was just really cool. I was like,
It
I
is
don't
really
know
cool.
how you did that. Like, it was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, And that was when I was like young in the tattoo world, and I was like, yo, this is awesome. I want to do that.
Oh,
That is
cool.
pretty awesome.
Yeah. It's cool to like have those moments where you're like, yes, this is what I want to do, and like kind of like confirmation that you're on the right path, because it sparks that fire in you, you know.
Yeah, and that's a big thing when you're getting, I mean, all the way through tattooing. For me, at least, like, what's that? What do they call it? Imposter syndrome.
Right.
Yeah.
We did a whole episode on it. You should listen to it.
Okay.
We did, yeah.
I get that all the time, where because it is kind of like mind-boggling when you're sitting there and you're like, man, like people pay me to draw pictures on them. Like that's weird. Am I doing the right thing? Like, or you see somebody and they at the time seem like they're just having a better success than you are. Like they're consistently getting booked. They're posting every day, you know. But you don't know. Like,
Right.
Those things that they could be posting could have been done a year ago.
Right,
Like
yeah.
you just have to, I guess, like.
Not
Put that out
compare.
of your mind. Yeah, don't compare yourself to other people.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely go watch
Kick
our...
the a-hole to the curb. See,
Yes.
yes, you need to. Okay, so season 1, episode 9. Go put it on. Thank us later.
Yeah, it's a good one. And like, you know, everybody suffers with imposter syndrome, but I think artists do a lot.
The max.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like the max.
It's easy to
Because
get in your
it's-
head.
Yeah, it's very easy to get in your head because, it's your art.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, you...
And everyone has their own perception.
It's like your art, your art is like your art, but then it also is like one thing that kind of like stops you sometimes.
No, it is.
Your own art.
It is.
Yeah.
I can see people all the time just not finishing stuff they start. Not
Yeah.
tattoo-wise necessarily, like, you know, paintings and drawings.
Yeah.
And I think you need to get the completion anxiety thing because
Yeah.
you're too worried about what
The
someone's gonna, the outcomes. So
Mm-hmm.
I always like push people, like, I'm like, hey, if you start something, finish it. Like,
Yeah.
no matter what. It doesn't matter what you think about it. Who cares what you think?
Yeah.
Like, just, you never know. Finish
Yeah.
it, put it out there and see what's said. If it's good, awesome. If it's bad, awesome.
Mhm.
Like, take the good just like you take the bad. That's one thing I've learned in the last couple of years, especially opening this up. No matter what you do, someone's always going to have something negative to say about you. Cool thing is they never do it to you. Like,
True.
Yeah.
yeah, they don't. So
Yeah.
you're gonna hear
You
it.
hold the power and
Yeah.
the control. It doesn't matter what they say. Yeah.
You can keep the power just by being like, oh, cool, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you're not hurting anybody and you're happy, that's all
Yeah.
that matters, man.
Love that. That was so
Yeah.
inspiring. Oh.
So, speaking of the shop, then, you know, talk about the culture of the tattoo shop here. So, we can talk about, like, the atmosphere of Dead Reckon tattoo. So, what is it like walking into your shop?
I like to keep it like really chill. I've never really liked a lot of shops where you walk in and you feel like there's a lot of rules. I kind
That
of
is true.
yeah, you know.
Yeah, I
like,
was sitting there thinking about it. I'm like, am I
You walk in,
allowed
it's
to
like,
even step in the
danger,
door?
danger,
yeah, am I allowed to talk? Like,
There's a big scary man there too. Like,
and I'm big on like you know how like most shops I do understand why we do this most of the time where they don't let you bring someone back with you and stuff, but I've always thought that's stupid because like if you're a tattooer and you don't like to talk to clients while you do your job, and I understand that some of us can't multitask. It's really difficult to hold a conversation and pull a straight line sometimes.
Right.
It can be, especially, you know.
and if the client's not like being the most
Chill,
chill, yeah, yeah.
But you know what will help them? Let them bring their best friend back with them.
Right.
Sometimes people need
Like,
emotional support, and
it's
especially with
crazy.
something that, like, could hurt.
Yeah.
A little, you know what I mean?
So like
Yeah.
I've never got that. I can understand like the people that want to bring their entourage with them. You know, like,
Yeah.
hey man, just hang out in the lobby.
Yeah.
Kind of weird that there's 10 people here for your tiny tattoo. But
Mhm.
I get it. It's a big deal, but I like to keep it just chill as long
Yeah.
as you know everybody's acting tame and I don't know. I just let everybody go with the flow, and then like if it gets a little out of hand, then you address the problem. But
Right.
I like to treat it like it's like we're hanging out. This
We're all
is a
shorts
hangout.
here.
Yeah, this is a hangout. We're
Yeah.
keeping it loose.
So discuss the design process and your client consultations.
My consultations, I keep very chill too, and that I could probably work on that because people sometimes it gets them the wrong way because I guess they are used to like
More like,
all these rules
Yeah.
and like set things to follow. So it's kind of funny when like someone gets a consult from me that is used to whoever they are usually using or whatever, and they're like so do I need to like do this, and this? I'm like, no, man, that's like way too much. Like, they're like, what about like a deposit? Like, is it 50% of the cost? And I'm like, that's money I gotta keep up with. That's not mine yet. So I don't want it. Like, I'm like, just please tell me if something happens in your life and you can't get it. So I'm not really big on a lot of that. I like us to, if we can, we meet face to face and we sit down 15, 20 minutes and we talk about the tattoo you want to do. And then I schedule it, and I'm big on like not drawing like weeks before your appointment, because like most things nowadays I'm either going to draw on directly for the stencil, or like I like to do my designs either the morning before I'm about to do it, because thanks to like technology and knowing how to use all these programs now, it makes it to where like, I mean, drawing a sleeve, you can put a sleeve together now in like 20-30 minutes. Like, it's easy. And all the fancy stencil things we can do now, like it makes it so much easier. So like, I think a lot of the times, like if I don't feel like I'm gonna lose a lot of time on the process, especially on these tattoos that like, you know, people want a bouquet of flowers now. That's a popular one. That's got like every birth flower for their
I've seen that
lineage that they came from. So that, I mean, it's easier for me to be like, cool, that's a very custom thing that we're going to have to talk a lot about. So I'm going to do the design while you're sitting next to me and you're watching me do it. And I'm asking you questions every time I'm about to make a move.
Right, that's smart.
It kind of like keeps it fresh too.
Yeah, it keeps it very fresh. And it makes you, the person, feel like you're more involved in your design process.
Right.
And I found that the times that I spend hours the day or 2 days before drawing something for somebody, that I'm like, oh yeah, this is it, and they come in and I show it to them, they're like, yep,
yeah,
and then you end up doing something completely different.
Yeah,
just don't waste your time.
Right.
Just like do it with them. It's easier.
I think it goes back to the small business, big heart kind of thing. You don't want it to feel like LA Tattoo.
No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want it to just feel.
I want you to feel like
calm and relaxed, and this could be a good experience.
Yeah.
Cool.
That was something that I've also, golly, when I would get tattoos, sometimes I hate when I would show a tattoo design to someone and it was like they weren't understanding what I was saying, and I would even. Like, one of them is this one, and like this is supposed to be a cactus and this is a rose, and I wanted it just to be the outside of the cactus. It took me forever for him to like, he was just trying to do a stem, and I was like, I want it to look like a cactus.
Have you seen a cactus before?
And I literally did the doodle, and I was like, and then he did the normal, I was like, you know what I mean?
Even for that, if we were like emailing or on Messenger or something, and you were trying to tell me that, it would have blew my mind. Like, I would have been like, what is she talking about?
Really?
Like, you would have had to come in.
We were face to face though. I was next to the guy. I was in Arizona. Also, I was in Arizona, but there was thousands of cactus. I was like, homie, you know what a cactus is.
Yeah, sometimes when I get those moments where like people can't put the words to what they're trying to like
describe correctly. Yeah.
I'm like, here, do a doodle.
Let's do a doodle.
It can look like a child did.
It can. I just need the concept.
I'm a visual person.
Okay, well, so safety is obviously a huge deal in the tattoo industry. So can you talk about the importance of being like the sterilization and hygiene in your shop?
Right.
So that's something we're real big on. I think every shop should be real big on that, and I think most are. Keeping all your like certifications up to date, like in the state of Alabama and most states, I believe, you have to have the bloodborne pathogen certification. You have to do that yearly. Some states require you to do CPR and all that good stuff. But
one of my friends almost passed out when she was getting these tattoos.
And
the Arizona tattoo. It was
that's
crazy.
common.
I never knew that would happen.
Well,
all of a sudden she just started. Yeah, I know. People are scared of blood, but I never thought about it until you see it happen. It's just not common for me to see people go get a tattoo and pass the fuck out. Like,
let's talk about I'll pass out today.
We had a kid pass out last week. Yeah.
Oh shit.
And it was his first tattoo.
Oh really?
Yeah, and he was it was funny because he was like in a big hurry, you know, like, because I think he was supposed to meet his family for a birthday dinner or something. And I'm like,
oh no,
it's okay, man. We're gonna be good.
Yeah.
We're gonna be fine. And I think that
here's you a liquid death.
I think
You'll be aight.
that made him nervous a little bit more, because like I guess he felt like he wasn't gonna get out of here in time, even though it was like 4:00. And he was like, I was like, when you gotta be there, man? He's like 7. I was like, we got plenty of time.
We got plenty of time, baby.
But yeah, he got a little lightheaded and almost hit the floor.
Little nugget. His parents probably put a lot of pressure on him to be places on a certain time. That happened to me.
I mean, I'm an on-time person, so I get it.
My parents just stress me out too much where I love to be at least 5 minutes late.
No, I'm never 5 minutes late. No, I can't. I'll be freaking out.
I've never had somebody pass out and not be able to finish though, so that's
True.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Everybody always comes back and they're like, back to the world.
I guess because it's like, they have to finish it.
I think so.
Yeah, you would think so. I mean, it's
in
not
any
like something
situation.
that's like,
I didn't die, let's continue.
Yeah.
What doesn't kill you makes you
They
stronger.
always come back a little stronger too.
Yeah.
They're like, oh man, it doesn't hurt anymore.
They're
I'm
ready,
Like, man,
yeah.
Hitting the floor that hard usually helps.
Like, not doing that again.
I don't try to catch you or nothing. I just let you tumble. I'm just playing.
I mean,
I try to catch you. There's been one time where I didn't catch somebody, and I felt,
Oh no, you're like a bad cheerleader
Dude,
now.
I didn't
yeah.
want to.
You're that guy.
I
You're that
didn't
guy.
even want to turn around.
Oh.
I felt like I heard
Thud.
her face.
Oh
smack.
no!
I was like,
she's like a
dead.
mama.
She's
Your heart is broken.
I was like,
She died. Oh no, we can burn to this.
I turned around for 2 seconds, took my eyes
Gone.
off of her, and I was like, "You got it? Why didn't you say I'm lightheaded or anything? Like, please."
She was trying to be badass.
That's what she said. I was like, "You're not badass. You're on the floor." But she got up. She finished. So.
There we go. So then she is
And
badass.
she wasn't
Yes.
dead,
Cheers to you,
bad.
girl. Cheers to you.
or her face wasn't split open.
Right.
All right, do you want to get into the tattoo trivia?
Let's do it.
Let's
Let's
do it.
have some
We've
fun.
teased it a few times. All right, Lelah, you can go with the first question.
All right, you ready?
Garrett has no idea. We're gonna go through some pop culture, some random. We're just doing some tattoo trivia.
Tattoo trivia. First question, ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, there's answers on it.
Yeah.
We have to ABC you.
Yeah, because I don't know these answers.
Oh, we're gonna give you multiple choice.
That's
You can
awesome.
pick, yeah.
Okay.
That's it. That's it.
First one. In what century did the word tattoo become popularized in English?
Jesus.
A, the 16th century. B, the 18th century. Or C, the 20th century.
Tattoo.
Tattoo in English.
18th century.
Woo woo.
Good job. Ding, 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 ding. You get a fake prize.
1 out of 1. We got a few more questions.
1 out of 1. Okay. Round 2.
Which ancient culture is often credited with the earliest forms of tattooing? Is it A, Egyptian, B, Polynesian, or C, Celtic?
Celtic.
It's actually Egyptian.
That was my second one.
Oh, it's all good. All right, next.
All right. What was the traditional method of tattooing used in many cultures? A tattoo machine. B, hand-tapped tools. Or C, laser technology.
Wow. Hand tap tools.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Caveman, like,
It's
like a hammer.
It's called a tabori.
Okay.
That's one of the methods, at least for Japan, as far as I know. That's like the stick.
Yeah.
Ow.
Ouch. With a rock on top.
They actually just do the stick and they push
Ouch.
it. I think the Polynesian and Samoan stuff, they're the tap, tap, tap.
Yeah, the taps. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
I'm just going to go to the next one because I cannot pronounce those, so I'm just going to the next one. Okay. Which athlete has a large tattoo sleeve dedicated to their career? Is it LeBron James, Conor McGregor, or Tom Brady?
LeBron James.
Whoop, yeah. Obviously not Tom Brady.
Conor McGregor just got some wild
Conor
stuff.
McGregor.
Okay, I'm gonna try to pronounce these. Okay.
Okay.
So what is the traditional Japanese style of tattooing called? A, Irizumi, B, Maori, or C, Polynesian?
Irizumi.
There you go.
Got it. I was like, I'm going to butcher
Ding,
this.
ding, ding.
I just got done saying, I'm like, you gotta know a lot of Japanese stuff. I know nothing about it.
Right.
That would be
And then I ask you a question, you're like,
I've been getting those.
At
like,
least you got that one right.
Can I use my phone? Can I use Google search engine?
Can I call a friend?
Yeah.
Gotta call a
Hold on.
friend. Let me call my Japanese friend.
Give somebody a ring.
Okay, this one's funny. Which reality TV show popularized tattoo culture in the early 2000s? Was it Ink Master, LA Ink, or Miami Ink?
Miami Ink?
It was LA Ink, actually.
So LA came before the Miami one,
I
alright.
know.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
Yes.
There's your answer. There's your answer. All right. Which celebrity is known for their matching tattoos with their significant other? A, Brooklyn Beckham and Nicola Peltz. B, Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber. C, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
The Beckham people, right?
Nope.
No?
It's the Biebs.
The Biebers.
I didn't even know, I didn't even know Justin Bieber got married. Until the other day,
he's
I
having a
saw
baby
her.
soon.
That's
FYI.
crazy.
Yeah, she's pregnant. I know.
So
got
if you
little
want to know
ninja
some
cookies.
drama, him and Selena Gomez were back and forth, everyone knows that. And then Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber were like dating for a hot second, and then they break up. 2 months later, he's married to Hailey Bieber. Well, Hailey, she was a Baldwin. And they've been together for a really long time, but people have been so like, they've still been like,
Baldwin, that's
Steve. I mean, what is the Baldwin brothers?
the
the
Baldwin
actors.
okay.
The actor, they act like the big actor.
Is she a
That's her
celebrity?
uncle.
Was she a celebrity?
She's like, they call it what do they call those babies? A pedo? No, what do they call those babies? A nepo baby. She's a nepo baby.
Okay.
So that means that her parents are, celebrities, and she just is
Kind of in that.
celebrity
Yeah.
because
in
she's
the
a
realm.
nepo
Like
baby.
the Kardashians.
It's cool.
No, the
Okay.
Kardashians are because. I'm just kidding.
I'd imagine like somebody like Justin Bieber, like I don't know. I wouldn't really want to like seek out somebody that's got like as much like fame as I do for whatever, because like I don't know, it just adds to that life, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of does. Yeah.
I think him and her. Well, Selena Gomez came out with a song, "Lose You to Love Me," and she was talking about like it took you 2 months time before you like replace me. It's the whole thing between them three. Just FYI. But it's a good ballad.
There's a lot of drama, but I do like them together. Like you can tell they're actually really. in
Haley and
love.
Justin are so cute. Yeah.
So it's really.
And
cute.
we're excited for their baby.
Yes.
And then, yes, so Selena finally has her man, Benny, so
Perfect.
hopefully they're getting married. All right, back to the question, the trivia. Sorry, we got a little sidetracked. Okay, what is the name of the tattoo shop featured in the reality show Black Ink Crew? Is it 9mag, Empire Ink, or Black Ink?
Isn't it Black Ink?
9mag.
It's called 9mag?
Mm-hmm.
That's the one in Atlanta or New York?
Because I think
Siri.
that show, I think they have 2 shops. So. But yeah, I didn't know. I thought it was Black Ink Crew. I thought that was the name of the show. They never say the name of the tattoo shop.
Apparently, y'all, it's 9mag,
That was
the number
on-
9.
That was on the pilot episode, bro. It's the one time they said it.
All right, last question. You ready?
Yes.
All right. Which celebrity has a tattoo dedicated to their pets?
Plural.
Miley Cyrus, Rihanna, or Lady Gaga?
I'm gonna say Miley Cyrus.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it.
You got it.
Well, we had a lot of fun, and that was good. So, actually, Garrett, we were talking about how cool it'd be to remember this experience and, possibly get a little banker of a tattoo.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to get a little souvenir.
Okay, something simple and meaningful, I guess.
I guess.
To commemorate this awesome conversation. I didn't know that I was going to be doing this until I walked in the door today. So, hey.
Let me pitch this idea real quick, and he was down. So I think it's gonna be so much fun. Also, Garrett did this really beautiful piece. I'll have to show that one off too. That after I had my daughter in
very
2020
detailed.
and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That
this
was
whole
fun.
guy,
I remember that one.
and he did a butterfly and the bee, and then later when the guy did this, he did those. But
Trey Long.
yeah.
Awesome.
I think he saw me kind of mentally freaking out because I've also thought of all of my tattoos beforehand, and he just started dotting, and then I think he saw on my face I was freaking out, so he just kind of stopped right there, He was like, "All right, and that's pretty," and I was like,
No more dots.
It does match so beautifully, but it
does,
all went
yeah.
together great.
Yeah.
But at first I had that OCD moment of anxiety. What are you doing, sir? This is a journey,
The one we did, it lasted. That thing's healed very well.
Yes, it looks so pretty. Yes.
Very pretty.
She's so cute. But yeah, so let's go
Okay,
chat.
awesome. Well, thank you for joining us today, Garrett.
I had fun.
So do you want to say goodbye to our Chatbox fam?
Goodbye.
We will, see Patreon a little bit more, getting the tattoos. Maybe everyone else will see some promos of the tattoos beforehand. But yeah, here we go. We're gonna clink out. Okay, here we go. All right, see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye. I just spilled it, but at least it's
I was
water. Cheers.
All right. Ta-da! That was
fun.
good. Yay!
That was a lot less stressful than I
Oh, yeah, we always-
made it out in my head.
We always wing it.
It's showtime.
Just let them know that we have a finite amount of time on this planet, and you can be viciously mediocre, or you can get the fuck out.
Salagadoola, metricaboola, bibbidi bobbidi.